Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the UVL 90 Day Challenge. And today is day 39. Believe it or not, one more day and we complete day 40. Um, so Patsy, what is the topic for today? And then we're
And then
going
we're
to
going
introduce.
Today topic is UDEVL 90-day challenge, day 39 of 90-day. Topic is about discuss resilience and determination.
Okay. Yes. So we are going to be talking about discussing resilience and determination. Um, in a few minutes. So before we go into that, let's introduce ourselves. So hi everyone. For those who doesn't know me or Patsy, I'm Sandy from the face of the Facebook business page, Sandy Caballero, Sandy to Empower Lives. And I'm originally from Panama, but I currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry and I'm also proud digital business owner.
Okay, my name is Patsy. I am the face of the Facebook business page. Joe Pat Blessing. I am a mother of four and grandmother of nine. I currently I'm residing in Alberta, Canada, but originally I'm from Brunei, and I am a proud digital business owner.
Thank you, Patsy. So let's remind our audience again, what is the topic for today?
Today's topic is discuss resilience and determination.
Thank you, Patsy. So we're going to be discussing that. So let's talk about the first point.
The first point is definitely defining resilience in business.
Yes. So when we're talking about defining resilience in business, we could say we're talking about two things: adaptability and about staying positive. So let's talk about adaptability first. Okay. So so adaptability, so resilient is about adapting. Okay, so adapting to challenges and learning from setbacks, which is the key in the constantly evolving online business world. So this is something that, when you do your business online, there's going to be a lot of adaptability because there's going to be a lot of um, changes in apps, changes in the trends out there, on strategies. So it's resilience is about adapting to those challenges and to those learnings because um, even on a StreamYard, now they made it some updates. So it's like a new things that you have to learn, how to use it because they added some new features that now you gotta learn those ones because it's a little bit different to what we were used to in the past. Same thing, another example of that will be like Canva. Canva keeps shading their layout, because they keep adding new things to for us, to be able to use and all that. So adapting to those changes is one of the things, and learning at the same time because you gotta learn how to use those, where are they located, and all that kind of stuff. So that will be for adaptability. Now, when we're talking about staying positive, okay, we means staying positive even during hard times. Okay, resilience entrepreneurs stay positive. Well, that's what we try to do all the time. Have a positive mind because that's the way that is gonna be able to. We're gonna be able to find and look for solutions instead of staying on a mindset that is just dealing with problems and staying in the problem and not evolving from there. So you want to evolve from that mindset into a mindset that is looking for solutions. How can I fix this problem? Or what did I learn from that? So don't let obstacles to stop you. Okay. So that's why staying positive and having a positive mindset, it's crucial, when it comes to resilience because it will help you during those hard times. So yeah, so that will be for at this point, defining resilience in business. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, you're
Oh, you're
muted.
muted. Oh, why determinations matters?
Yes. Okay, so when we're talking about why determination matters, um, we will say that it matters because of two things, because persistence pays off, and also because it helps us to overcome doubts. Okay, so that's why determination matters. So let's talk about persistent pays off. Okay, so as you all know, building an online business, it takes time. Okay, times, effort, and a lot of consistency. Okay, so determination is what helps to keep going even when results aren't immediate. Um, and this is a good example, like for us, like in our online business, the business plan that we offer, um, we don't see results immediately. We see some results immediately, but what I'm saying, like constant results, we don't see it like immediately. Um, but it takes some times to build it, the online business. Okay, um, but you gotta be consistent. Okay, so if you're not persistent and consistent, you are not gonna be able to succeed, and you're gonna give up. So that's why it's important to have that persistent mindset, um, to even, like, if you're having struggles because you're not seeing results, keep going, because eventually, you're going to start seeing results. So you gotta be someone perseverant, that no matter what, you keep going. um, so that's one of the keys, to why, determination matters, because you gotta be persistent. Someone who is persistent, it pays off. um, let's just give it a quick analogy, just to um, so thinking about, the I think is this cement. I don't know if that's the good example. You have the cement, all right, and then you have a drop of water, and the drop comes down and comes down and comes down. So with time, eventually it's gonna start creating that dent of the drop falling down. So that's a good example of persistence. Doing it from at once is not going to work. But when you keep consistent doing the same thing all over and over, you're going to start seeing results. So the same thing for the water, that it keeps going down. The first time doesn't do anything, but after a while, you start seeing the little, dent there. So the same thing. Okay, so the second point we're going to be talking about is overcoming doubts. Okay, so why determination helps with that? Because self-doubt can creep in. It our mind, creates so many things that we thinking that we're not capable, or we start having doubt. Oh, maybe this business is not gonna work. Um, so those are things that you gotta start, managing. Um, Especially when you're doing your business alone, make sure that you overpower those doubts, that self doubts that you're having. Okay, so that's when determination is what keeps those doubts from overpower your vision. Okay, so put aside that, and always be persistent, go for what you want. See, tell to yourself, I know I don't have the results now, but I'm gonna have it later. So I gotta keep going, because and this we see a lot. A lot of people, they give up just when they were so close to reach to the other side. So don't give up. Okay, so overcome those self doubts and keep going. Okay, keep pushing, with determination to overpowering your vision, to go towards the vision that you want to go. um So that's why, determination matters, because, the key is persistent, pays off, and you also want to be able to overcome those doubt by be persistent and be determined to where you want to go. Okay, the next point.
The next point, turning failures into lessons. I want to put a point on the previous. You said that a drop of water. Remember, it
Yes.
reminds me of the limestone in Brunei, in
Hmm.
Malaysia. We have lots of limestone. It's maybe a drop each day, but in the accumulate into limestone, accumulate into mountains and mountains of landscape.
Thank you for sharing, Patsy. Okay, so the next point is turning failures. Okay, go ahead, Patsy.
Now, turning failures into lessons. I always say failure is the mother of success. No failures, we don't learn. Not that we have to fail, but in order to succeed, we have to fail. We can't help. Okay.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, so turning failures into lessons. So why when we talk about this, we can say that from failures we can create learning opportunities, okay? And also we can have uh, a better growth mindset from those failures. So let's talk about learning opportunities first, okay? So when we're talking about learning opportunities, we want to emphasize how every mistake or setback, it can become an opportunity to learn and grow. Um, I think I mentioned yesterday, like if we're going back to, sorry, if we're going back to the example that I say about my YouTube, you know, yes, it was a setback. I made a mistake because I picked a word that had two meanings, and one of those meanings it was one of the flag words for YouTube. But you know what? I learned from that lesson. I learned so many things from that lesson actually, because I learned one. Next time, when you pick a word, make sure that it has only one meaning, and also make sure that it's not one of the words, from that is gonna be flagged by YouTube. And two, you know, um, if it happens to me again, I know there is a solution, so I won't feel devastated like I felt the first time. Okay, so I know there is a solution for that, so I just gotta find out how to fix it. And then the third thing is, I actually learn what to do, so if it happens to me next time, I know how to do it. And not only that, is also that, that setback, that new things that I learned because of the setback, I can now pass that knowledge to others, so they don't do the same mistake. Or if they already did a mistake, I can help them, how to resolve that mistake. So there's always, failures, are opportunities to learn and grow, to become better. Um, like, be calm, because now, when I see something like that, it's okay, fine. Uh, my thing got flagged, but okay, let me find out what it is, so I'm calm, I'm not like devastated, and like, oh, now what I'm gonna do, you know so I see things now in a different way. So that's part of the growth. Okay, now let's talk about growth mindset. Okay, so um here I'm gonna be sharing, like an example of how having a growth mindset can help turn failures into a stepping stone. So, um, because for example, I already encountered uh, this in the past with YouTube. So when I went to my Facebook, I also encountered another one where Facebook flagged me. I just didn't know why, because really I didn't do anything, but at that time when I saw it, I I didn't feel the same way when I felt with my YouTube. Like with my YouTube, when it happened to me the first time, I felt devastated. And thank you for my a friend, from the business owner community that was with me at the time, she made me, she supported me emotionally. And then I was able to back up and then, find a solution for that. Um, and well, this is a good growth mindset too, because, I have a very good mindset. I have encountered challenges in my life. And I thought that, I have, a strong mindset. But this is an example of how my mindset failed at that moment. And the reason I failed, okay, is because many times, we think we have a strong mindset, but we leave it on. But the problem is that you have to keep feeding your mindset all the time, because that's how you keep being resilient. And that's how you keep, be able to overcome the obstacles, to have an open mind, try to find a solution. In my case, on that time, um, I wasn't feeding my mindset, you know. So that's why when I encountered that, I felt, down. I felt like, I was just wanted to, my business to start going, and then boom, I got a wow in the front. So that's how I saw it. But now, I learned that lesson too, that you gotta keep feeding your mindset. I mean, you cannot your mindset sleep, because there's some things that you might be able to overcome, but there's some things that you're gonna encounter that you know you're gonna feel down like me, devastated. So you don't want to get to that point. So what do you do for that? You listen to motivational content. You read books, something that will inspire, that will keep that mindset strong, that no matter what comes at you, you're going to be able to overcome. So that's part of the growth mindset too. Okay, so for me, I turned that failure into a stepping stone. Like I mentioned, all the things that I learned, and also, it made me remind, you know that I need to keep feeding my mindset, in order to have a like growth mindset. Because really, you never stop learning. Okay. So yeah, so don't forget to keep feeding your mindset with positive content, motivational, inspirational content, because that's what's gonna keep you, have a strong mindset. Seeing things, in a different perspective that you didn't see it before, in a perspective where you don't see a problem, you see, try to find a solution, you see a way out of that. So that's what we mean by, turning failures into lessons. So you learn, you know from those mistakes, and you grow, and you keep feeding your growth, your mindset, and that's how you grow your mindset. Okay, so let's go to the next point.
Maintaining focus on long-term goals.
Yes. So when we're talking about maintaining focus on long-term goals, I think we can say two things that is part of it. One is having a big picture vision, of what you want to achieve. And the other one is celebrating along the way those milestones. Okay. So let's talk first about big picture vision. Okay. So we want to remind you to keep your eyes on the ultimate goal, okay? So on the long term that you want. But when faced with short terms, especially, when you're facing with short term setbacks. So for us, this is our why, why we're doing this. This is really our goal, like we have a goal that we want to achieve, but why are we doing that? That's what it keeps us fully fueling, to keep pushing forward. So remember, your big picture. You remember your big why you're doing this. Why in the first place you joined to do an online business? What were the reasons behind? Are those reasons bigger than your setback? Of course they are. Otherwise, you wouldn't do it. Um, so make sure that you remember your why you're doing. So when you feel down, when you have those setbacks, go back to your why, because that's is going to keep you forward, pushing forward. Okay. The other thing, I would say, celebrating milestones along the way. So we have talked this in past lives, the importance of celebrating small wins to stay motivated on the journey. So we talk about, celebrating anything. Every day you can celebrate something. Like today, Patsy celebrate something. She can share when after I finish. But yeah, celebrating anything, celebrating when you get like 100 followers, celebrating that you were able to set up your ad, your like campaign. Any small celebration is an amazing. And also, keep a journal of those celebrations, because when you're feeling down, go back to your little book, journal book, and start reading all your small, milestones that you have achieved along your journey. Those milestones are going to keep you motivated, and you say, you know what, I have gone through all this, so I can go through more and then reach my goal. It's not going to be forever. So those setbacks are not forever. So remember that those are just temporarily. Okay. So celebrate every milestones and remember the importance of those celebrations. So that's what I want to share. And I think Patsy wants to share something.
I would like to share that today is a milestone that I achieved. Is first time today we reached the 60 days for the business page. I am able to stream live on my business page. Um, you can see both places, my personal Facebook and my business Facebook. Then face post, you can watch live on both sides. That's what I want to share.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, because in the past when she reached her 100 followers, we tried to, we say, yes, now you can stream in your business page. But then we realized that there was another requirement. It was like 60 days, uh, being or of her to have her business page. So today is the 60 days, and we tried today, to see if she was able to stream, and then she was. So that was so excited, that now this live is also going live on her business page as along with the her personal profile. Okay, so let's go to the next point.
uh, Finding motivation through community.
Yes. So when we're talking about finding motivation through community, is we're talking about the support system. So that's one. And the other one is inspiration from others. So this is how we find motivation. So the support system. So let's talk about the support system first. How an online business community can provide encouragement. So this is one of the things that provide encouragement, support, and new ideas. This is one of the things that our online business community, our community that we have, our global community, it plays a key role for our success. Like I mentioned, for example, I was on my YouTube. So we go back to that example, I was feeling down because, I encountered that wall, that I saw it as a wall. And then my friend, because of my friend, that gave me that emotional support, I was able to go out of that wall and break that wall and go find a solution. So the the community, it plays a big role, in terms of, encouragement, support, giving you ideas, because, we have our masterminds, and we also have like Zooms and things like that, where we share ideas, um, where we share also, uh, we say, these are the places where you can get support. We have these groups that can help you with this. Um, we have these trainings, that is available to you. And also the encouragement, like celebrating those milestones, like every Wednesday, like today, we have our millionaire mastermind. And then in there, we celebrate someone who has reached a big milestone. And then they tell their story, which is the next point that we're going to be talking about. But but just to show you, how the encouragement. And also another encouragement will be for those who are going to present a topic, to share their ideas with the community. That's an encouragement, because you would think that, only those who present will be people that are higher up, but no, the opportunity is given to anyone who wants to share something with the community, that are very good at something. So, that's an encouragement, that be able to be a presenter in a mastermind, you know even though you're not that high up. It's a nice encouragement, that gives you, the confidence to, one, to keep pushing in your business, and two, be able to help others, you know through your training. So yeah, the support system is essential when it comes to, be resilient, and, having that determination, because this will help you to push forward. Now, when we go back to the inspiration from others, going back to my example from the mastermind, many times, we have stories, like we'll be a member of our online community who reach, a big milestone. So we're celebrating their story. So this person, will tell their story, their journey, and it is inspired because, many times, we think, oh, our journey is really bad, we encounter this and that. But when we hear their story, their journey on how they, how long they took them to get there, or what were the struggles they have to go through to be able to get there, we realize, like, oh, okay, our struggles is not that big compared to what they went through, and look at them, they already reached. So those are very inspiring. Also, sometimes we have Zoom and we have guests, that come by and share their stories, again, the same thing. And even among ourselves, in the business owner community, we sometimes, we get to interview someone, and then we didn't know, like, we know the person, but we didn't know their story behind. But through the interview, we get to hear their stories, and we say, oh, wow. So that's very inspiring. And those stories, those testimonials, it helps us to be able to face, to be inspired that, we're not alone facing similar challenges. And and that means that, if they were able to succeed, so can we. So it's an inspiration to everyone to keep going. So uh the finding motivation through the community, it is an amazing tool that we are blessed to have in our community. you know um, and that, one of the things that I love from this business, our global community. So let's go to the next point.
Balancing resilience with self-care.
Okay, so when we're talking about balance, sorry, balancing resilience with self-care, we can say, the reason, two things that, this is important is, two, because it will prevent burnout. And the other one is because it's important to take good self-care. Okay. So let's focus on the first point, preventing burnout. So when we talk about resilience, it doesn't mean that pushing yourself until you're exhausted. No, that's not what we mean by resilient. Okay. It's about finding that balance. Okay. um so many times, like, we push, but we know that, okay, we need to take a break. Okay. Because if you know that you push too much, then it's not really worth it, because you're gonna get burned out, and then what, you're gonna stop the entire business, and you don't want to do that. So what you want to do is, like, you push, but not to be exhausted. When you feel that, you need to take a break, you take a break. So that way, you're recharged, and then you keep going. So you want to be able to create that balance so you don't prevent burnout. Okay. So uh, when we say, being resilient and pushing yourself is not until you're exhausted. So I want to clarify that. Make sure that you have that balance. And we always say, when we talk about in the previous lives, we were talking about time management. We were talking about having a balanced life, and when we say that, we say to always allocate time for you, for self-care, because it is really important. Because yes, you can give your energy to everyone, but you also need to have your energy, you know and how do you get your energy back? Is by having time for yourself, finding that quiet moment, doing something that you love. It's like recharging that energy to be able to keep continuing your journey. Okay. So that's the point for preventing burnout. Now, when we talk about importance of self-care, so taking the time for self-care, fuels determination. Okay, because it really helps you with that. It also keeps you focused and refreshed. So like we mentioned, you have that energy back, that helps you, to keep pushing forward. And also, when you take those little breaks, for self-care, when you come back, your mind is more focused, so you can see things with a better perspective in a different way. And a good example of this, I will tell you. For example, sometimes for the people that deal with numbers and they're trying to find where the mistake is, and sometimes you spend so much time in that, looking at that mistake, in the screen, and you cannot find the answer. Then you take 5 minutes or 10 minutes break, go out and forget about that. When you come back and you see it, you say, "Oh my God, the mistake was right in front of me," you know. But why is it? Why is that? Is because you need to take a break. Like you've been looking through that too much, that you cannot see it anymore. So that's why, take 5-10 minutes break, and then you come back and you continue what you were doing. So that's for that. Okay, so let's go to the next point.
Adapting strategies in a changing market.
Okay, so when we're talking about adapting strategies in a changing market, we're talking about two things, staying agile. I don't know if that's a good pronunciation. And the other thing is, experimenting with new approaches. Okay, because as we all know, especially in the online business, everything changed so fast. We're talking about uh, technology. The technology evolves really fast, so you want to be able to keep up with those changes fast. So this is for the staying agile. Um, the online business world changes fast. Okay, so that means that you gotta be resilient. So that means you gotta be open to new strategies, to trends. Be adaptable. That's the other one. Adaptable, because um, if you are someone who is not doesn't like to changes, and you are someone, this is how I like it and I don't want it to change, then you're gonna have trouble. You gotta be adaptable, you gotta be flexible. You gotta understand, the online business change fast. So that means that you gotta be resilience in this way, that you're open to new strategies, you're open to trends, because you gotta find the strategies that will work for you, for your business. The strategies that you have now doesn't mean that it's gonna work for the next 2 or 3 months or in a year. So you gotta keep finding ways to, how can I keep improving my business. So that's what we mean by saying agile, or agile. I don't know which way. So the second point is, experimenting with new approaches. Um, so here we're talking about, how can you make your business stronger. So finding different marketing approach. Okay. So here's where innovation comes in. You know, how to create innovating ideas of how to attract people to your business. What can you do? So here, is you can do it on your own, and trying to find, see other businesses and get ideas from it. But also, another place, we talk about the community. That's when we have our mastermind, the community share those ideas, and you're able to apply those ideas to your business. So that's a plus for us too. So that those are the points when it comes to adapting strategies in a changing market. Okay, and the last point.
Encouragement for new entrepreneurs.
Yes. So when it comes to encouragement for new entrepreneurs, we wanna two things that we wanna say is, giving advice on building resilience. So that will be one. Um, Also, creating a determination as a habit. Okay. So let's talk for the first one. Advice on building resilience. So you wanna be able to create resilience. How can you develop resilience? For example, creating clear goals, staying organized, finding support networks. That's how you're going to be able to build that resilience. um, for example, I could say, sorry, as you know, if you have been following our lives, I mentioned that, I'm a night owl. Okay. um, and then I'm trying to change from night owl to early riser. So my journey started with this 90-day challenge when I met Patsy, and Patsy is an early riser. So I had to change my routine. And it was struggling at the beginning, and then I managed to be, like 7:30, to 8 to wake up early. But this week I decided to join another challenge besides the one that I'm doing right now. And on that challenge this week, they started to do what we call, I don't know if you guys know or have heard of it, it's called savers. Savers stand for 10 minutes of silence, 10 minutes of affirmations, 10 minutes of visualization, 10 minutes of exercise, and 10 minutes of reading, and 10 minutes of scripting. So they started this Monday doing, waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. That will be my time. Um, and well, Monday I didn't know about it. So yesterday I was going to attend, but I went too late the day before, so I wasn't able to make it. But yesterday I said, you know what, today I'm gonna do it. So today I show up uh, and woke up, like at 4:50, and to be there, at 5, and to do the savers with the group that I'm with. And it was a great experience. And I'm really proud that, I was able to wake up at 5, and I want to be able to create that routine, be an early riser, because there's several advantage of that. And I learned today, one of the things that I learned is the first, like, because, before, when I was waking up, the first thing that I do is check my cell phone. Do I have any messages? And today, I learned that um, success people, they don't do that. Okay, you would think, they will do that, but no. um the first thing, when they wake up, they take care of themselves. In what way? Well, they will meditate, or they will things like savers, visualization, or reading, or listening to something. So they will take care, but the thing is that they will take care of themselves first, and then after that they have they're ready, to do the things after they have taken care of themselves. That's when they start their business. And when you do that, you have a better I don't know, you're more energized, you're more you have a better positive mindset to start your day, you know um and I'm gonna be implementing from now on. So I'm not gonna be checking my cell phone to see what my messages or what's going on. I want to take care of myself first, and then after that, I take care of my business. So that's what they do. So I learned that today from that group. So that's one of the examples of building a habit. Um, because a good habit is what is going to help you to be um, strong, and be able to commit to your vision, the long term vision that you have. So you gotta be great in that habit. So determination as a habit. So my determination is, to be able to wake up every day at 5 o'clock in the morning and do the savers, and then I can start my day. So that's my determination. That's my new habit that I'm gonna start working on. Um, so yeah, so I'm very grateful for that. So those were the encouragement tips that we give to the new entrepreneurs that are out there. Make a good habit, determination, as a habit, to make sure that you're able to build through daily efforts, a strong commitment to your long-term vision. Okay. And also, um, set clear goals, stay organized, and find that support network, which we have here with our online global community. So yeah, so we wanna hope that all these points that we talked today will be helpful for you, and you gain some knowledge and some insights, and you can apply those in your journey. So yeah, so that will be the end for our day 38. And what is no, sorry, day 39. And what is our day 40 for
40 for
tomorrow? What is
tomorrow.
the
What is
topic?
the topic? 40 for tomorrow is topic is share your top problem solving strategies. Interesting, huh?
Yes. Yeah, that's a good one. Share your top problem solving strategies. So we are going to be talking about that tomorrow. So stay tuned for day 40 for that topic. And now, if you guys want to follow us in our Facebook business page, they are on the screen. So you can follow us if you want to get to know us a little bit more, and also about the content that we post and the business that we are doing. And if you guys want to know how you can earn online, you can register with the websites that appears on the screen with your name and email address, and we'll send you the invitation to watch a webinar, the same webinar that Patsy and I we watch, that has changed many people's life and is changing our lives and others people's lives. So, in that, what are you going to see when you register? Well, the first thing I want to clarify, when you register to our website, you're not joining the business, okay? This is just free information. This is just free information for you to know, how our business plan works. And also, you get to see and watch, more testimonials from our members of our community. And then on top of that, you also get invited to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and a little bit more information about the business. So at that point, if you want to learn more about the business, then you can proceed to the next step where you're going to find out more in detail how our business work. And then from that, you get to see all the information. And at that point, if you are ready to go to the next step, you go to the next step. If you're not, if you think this business is not for you, then at that time, you are welcome to get your money back, and then you're gonna get refunded. But all this information is on the webinar. So make sure that when you watch the webinar, you watch it completely, so you are able to understand and have to be the bigger picture of how our business plan work. So we want to say thank you to all our viewers that watch us today. Thank you for all your emojis, all your comments, and we also want to thank to our followers. Thank you for all the support that you gave us, and for those the viewers, thank you for your support. Um, so I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Wednesday. We are halfway through the week, so be positive, be resilient, be determined. you're gonna make it to the end of the week. Um, so until next episode of the UVL 90 Day Challenge for day 40 tomorrow. Bye everyone, and thank you for watching.